Hello, Fiona here, your Colour and Style. Now, this is an interesting one. I've never done this before, and so I've got to apologise first for the lack of makeup, but you'll understand why in a minute. So what I've never done before is actually sat in the chair in a shop to try and get my foundation colour correct. I would actually recommend doing it. So the reason why I went to do that was because my foundation that I had before that I thought was perfect and I absolutely loved it ran out. I went to get the same one again, and guess what? Yes, they'd changed it slightly. So I got two little pots last time of the colours either side of the one that I did have. And I took them home and tried them, and as far as I was concerned, the paler one was too pale and the other one that was a bit darker was too dark. Anyway, so I went to the counter today and she sat me down and said, well, she tried three. The first one that she offered, when she put it, and that was one that was in the darker pot that I had before. And I said, I'm sure I recognise that name, and that's not, it was too dark for me. Oh, I think it'll work, I think it'll work. Anyway, when she put it on, she had to agree it was too dark. So we went to a different product, and she said this one will be, because obviously I've got dry skin, so it'll be slightly moisturising and give you a bit of a glow. Well, I don't mind that, I suppose. So anyway, she tried this different product in different colours. Now, I've got one on that side and the other one on that side, and I've driven home like that on purpose to see what my husband thought. So there's three learnings here for me on what happened today. A, I recommend you go and sit in the chair and actually have a look, but obviously that's under shop lights. So what I wanted to do was come home, have a look at it in different lights, you know. So when I showed my husband, first of all, he said, oh, I like that side, right? Which is what I think is slightly darker. He said, because it gives me colour, right? Then he said, I'll put the lights on and let's have a look. Put both lights on. He still preferred that side. When I'd got in the lift, by the way, to come out of John Lewis, there were two ladies in the lift, and I said, oh, ladies, please can I canvass your opinion? Which do you prefer, this side or that side, right? And each of them preferred a different side. And the lady that preferred this side, she said, it gives you colour. And she also said, oh, by the way, that is the one that the makeup artist preferred on me. Obviously, she said it's your choice. But the one that in the lift that said this side, she said, well, they're both not wrong. It's just what you prefer. And I thought, yes, you're absolutely right. And that is what the lady at the counter said. It's what you prefer. So yes, it is a personal choice. And for me, I personally want my foundation just to be a base. I don't want it to give me colour, you know, and alter the structure of what my skin tone is. Anyway, so that's the first learning, is it's personal choice, and actually to sit down and discuss it and have some options actually put on your face is a really good thing. And the third learning for me was actually something she did. First she cleansed the area and did the trial of the three little different colours. Then when we hit on one that we thought was sort of getting there, she took those off, cleansed the whole face, put a primer on, which I do use. And if you don't use a primer, you are missing out. It's a fabulous piece of makeup. So she put the primer on, and then we put, as I say, this half and that half, so we could see a bigger area. But what she then did, obviously doing the upsell, don't blame her, was talk about, what do you call it? When you Concealer, that's the word I wanted, concealer. So I have got a concealer at home, but I thought, well, as I'm here, I might just as well see what she's offering, because she said, oh yeah, 40% off and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but what she did was she put the concealer under here, and she has not done it under here, so you can see the difference. But then she talked about putting it all over the lid, because I said to her, I said, well, I normally put my foundation all over, including on the lid. And she said, well, because you blink a lot, and this is quite a thin eye skin, it gets hot, and the consistency of the foundation that she's put on the face, it would maybe crease in that area, whereas with the concealer it was a different product and a different consistency. So actually putting it all over the eye, she said that was fine. So she's put it on various other blemishes I have on my face, and I'm very impressed, so of course I bought that too. So that was my third piece of learning. I'd never ever thought about putting concealer all over the eyelid as well as where you want to conceal on the face, as like the foundation before you put on your eyeshadow, etc. So those are the 3 things I learned today. Every day's a school day, always is. Number 1, go and see what someone else says in store and see what products they put on your face, and you can then feel them as well and see whether you like them or not. Because I said to her, well, I didn't want to look like I was, had my makeup caked on, which is why I went for a lighter product and not another foundation. I went for the type of what's it called, like oh golly, losing my words today. Can't think. Anyway, it's not a proper foundation. It has got an SPF to it, but it's a lighter product. So yeah, go and try different ones out. That's learning number 1. Number 2, it is your personal opinion and the opinion of others whether they like it or not. So it's up to you to choose if you have a choice of 2 or maybe more. And then the third thing is about putting concealer all over the eyelid. As I say, you can see it on this one, but it wasn't put on this one. So actually, again, I think that's a good point. There you go. 3 tips there for makeup. See you later.